So here's a video specifically for Cody, Mr. Wranglerstar, because he's been doing a lot of videos lately about the renos that they're doing to their home out there. That wherever that beautiful piece of land is you live on, Cody, man, sometimes I think you're living my dream life. But yeah, when we moved into this house 2 years ago, we essentially had the entire first floor gutted and redone. I didn't do it myself because, day job and various reasons, some of which I'll get to a little later. So I just wanted to show you, you know how you guys are having trouble with that island, that little sort of point of color in the island. I wanted to show you this. I don't know what this is called in English. In French we call it a hut, an hut. It's, where the fan, it's a hood, I think, isn't it? So we were choosing, color scheme for the kitchen. Essentially it's black and white with, stainless stuff. And we were in the store, excuse me, looking for, all this stuff. And I saw the red hut and I was like, we need that. It was stupidly expensive. It's, it's a brand that's made here in Quebec. No, it's designed here in Quebec. Nothing's made in North America anymore. But so I made the case for it. Mrs. Raindance made the case for that. We both agreed on that. She made the case for that. And that. So, it was a bit of a, give and take process the whole time. But so we had suddenly this red thing. Like, well, okay, now what? So what we did was, I'm just using my iPhone, so everything's getting blown out. I'm sorry. So we made the wall match. So that instead of just being like this red thing that popped out of nowhere, it was part of like an overall design element. So yeah. Here's the thing. When we moved into this place, there was a bathroom right here. This window was at the back of the toilet. It was a tiny little 1951 era bathroom. And see that beam? That was the supporting wall. And the kitchen was over here. So we reconfigured everything. Reused, reclaimed as much as we could. The floors are reclaimed. Which is not an affordable way to do it in some ways, because it meant that the guys who were doing the floor had to do a lot of jigsawing, because like over there where the kitchen was, the floor was completely unusable. And then over where the kitchen now is, there was perfectly good floor, but I mean they had to make everything fit, blah, blah, blah. So, what that also meant was we needed a new window where the kitchen is, because it, like in the dining room, the window comes down lower, and that is still, that is still a kitchen window, but we decided, you know what, leave it, because it fits fine with where we put the little convection heater anyway. So, this area here was also 2 rooms. In the 50s, they built houses like all these little boxes everywhere. You walk in here and it's like it was all claustrophobic. So anyways, where the bathroom was is now sort of a return coming off the counter. Where the ground floor bathroom now is here, where this used to be the dining room, and then there was a wall, and then I guess another living room. So all this we had to do. It's a very small kitchen. We didn't expand it very much because there wasn't a whole lot we could do. Like there's the doorway to the basement. So we had these done like all the way up to the ceiling. It's actually way too tall for both of us, but that's why we've got, the IKEA magic, right? Another thing we had done was like microwave in the wall. Like we had to keep it off of our very small counter space. There's my counter space. Some of it's taken up with a stovetop, and there's a sink, and there's a return, right? Not a lot of space. So yeah, so then we had the bathroom moved to here, okay, which is also the laundry room. So laundry sink instead of your typical bathroom sink. That's not IKEA, but I don't remember where it came from. 2 doors, because at the front of the house, what you guys didn't do, but we did do, is this is where the mudroom is. That right there on the wall with the coats, I built that out of an old box and the original door handles off these doors. So yeah, that's our mudroom. It's in the front of the house. What we're still doing is we've taken off. There were like layers and layers and layers of paint on these stairs and this banister, and we've gotten it almost all off. There's still a few spots, and we're just gonna varnish them natural. So when that beam went up, we walked in and they were getting ready to cover it up with gyprock, but when that brick wall was uncovered, when they took down the original walls, they had started to frame it to cover it up, and we said, no, that stays. It's the only brick in the whole damn place. So when they put that up, they sort of held off on covering it because they were pretty sure we were going to tell them not to, and we did. We love the sort of, just the hint of the industrial look there. You know, it's completely untreated, completely bare. And because we took down a retaining wall, in order to not have to put a pillar somewhere in the basement, see this? We got 2 of those, one here, one all the way over there, and they're sitting directly on the foundation. We're nowhere near finished with this place. We've got a semi-finished basement with a massive leak somewhere in the foundation. So that's probably going to be our next step, and we're going to get internal French drains put in because it's more affordable than external, and it's almost as good. We got a back balcony that I'm taking down maybe next summer, putting up something new. Yeah, that's about it. That's the solarium through there. Later, we got some work to do in there as well. Especially in the winter, it gets really, really cold. It's not properly insulated at all. So there we go. There's another look at the kitchen. See what the big red, what in the new parlance they call an accent wall. Oh, and the anchor right there. That's sort of there's a motif going on there because I like to sail, and if we had a lot of money, we would definitely have a sailboat. So there's one there. See, there's one right there. And at the front door on the wall, we got 1, 2, 3. Little red one there, sort of to recall the accent wall and the hood over the stove. Some of the wall, some of the plugs, you'll see. Check this out. See how that power outlet has USB ports for powering your phone? We have one of those in the kitchen and a couple more sort of around the place. You know, Cody, watching the progress as your house comes together, and how in your latest video you sort of rocketed off to change a tire for Mrs. Wranglerstar, it reminds me of just how much of a deficit I start at. Like, I look at your homestead, and part of me would love to do that. It's not in the cards, for professional reasons or family reasons. But if I won the lottery tomorrow and had the option of moving off to British Columbia and homesteading under the mountains like that, man, it would be very hard to say no. As I said in my latest vlog, which will be here, a week or so ago, I blew up a tire at like midnight on a major highway, and it took me until like 2:30 to get home because I never learned how to do anything. Like, okay, I never learned how to do that. I never learned how to do a lot of the sort of what we call manly skills, though I know plenty of women who can change a flat, build a shed, and but we used to call them manly skills when I was growing up, and that's partly because my dad lived 5,000 kilometers away from me. But my first summer job was in carpentry, and I did it for like 5 years in a row because my dad was a carpenter, and thanks to the magic of divorce, we'd go to school here in Montreal, and then as soon as school was done, we'd ship off to Vancouver and spend the summer there. So I did a lot of, I worked on a lot of job sites, smallish ones, houses, not big commercial jobs. And I gained a real appreciation for wood, you know? And I forgot about it for a really long time. And it's only recently that I've gotten back into it. And now wish that I had gone into something like cabinet making earlier, like as a job. Because I'm really trapped by my reality right now. But I had never changed a tire before. So I didn't know where to start, you know? And I was allowed to grow up without really knowing anything, because, like, in hindsight, my parents didn't really force me to, you know, Jesse's bad at math, so he's allowed to be bad at math. And I really wish that I was a lot better at math. You know, I wasn't forced into soccer or anything. I didn't have to learn how to change a tire, or, you know, clean the rust off my car, or build a trestle table. Whenever I'm out visiting my dad, we usually do something in wood, you know, to sort of scratch the itch or something for both of us. Because my dad's a lot like you. You know, if something has to be built, tools out, let's build it. And I really wish I was more like that. I tried to be, but I don't, like, I'm starting at a deficit. And what I've decided as a parent is, my girl, she's 4, so I'm not going to throw a lot of pressure on her right now, but she's going to learn all this stuff. But in order for me to teach her all this stuff, I have to learn it first. And that is going to be an adventure that I'm not sure. No, I know I'm up for it. It's just, I think it's going to be a long, hard slog. You know? I also wanted to say, Cody, that the vlog I had just pointed to earlier, I'm doing that vlog because of you. Because you mentioned in a video that you thought Casey Nerstat was your favorite YouTuber. And I was like, Cody likes this guy. I'm gonna discover him. World changing. For all of you who might be watching this, any of my subscribers, if you don't know Casey Nerstat, just check out one video. Even if it's the bike lanes video, even if it's the snowboarding through Manhattan video, pick a video and start it, and decide for yourself if this is someone you want to watch every morning. Because he's, you know, through him, I then discovered, like, Philip DeFranco, and I then discovered Joe Santagnolo, or however the hell you pronounce his name. And through these guys, I started a vlog of my own, because that way, because I saw sort of new ways of editing that I can't really do with Raindance right now, because the paradigm isn't right for it. And so I started a vlog, and it's directly because of you, Cody. So thank you very much. Man, you opened my eyes to a whole different side of YouTube that I love. I mean, I'm only, what, 6 videos in so far? I've got 10 subscribers over there, so I'm not rocking the world, but I'm loving doing it. So anyways, I think that's pretty much all she wrote. That's all I can think of right now. I know I had like 4 or 5 things to fit into this video, but I got a mind like a steel sieve these days. So, yeah, let's call it. That's all she wrote. Thanks for watching.